Hi, my name's Gabriella and welcome to my channel. I haven't done anything writing related in a while, so I've got a bit inspired by some study with me videos that I've seen on YouTube, and I thought I'd do a take on that, my own write with me video. So this is just a short 1 hour session, and you can either use this structure for your own writing sessions or just use it as a bit of motivation to help you with your writing. I started with a quick 2-minute word sprint just to get my creative juices flowing, and I did this working on the book that I started for NaNoWriMo last year. I actually got to the end of the 2 minutes and realised that I hadn't written very much, but I was also getting quite into the flow very easily, so I set another 2-minute timer and did it again. The word sprints were a sort of warm-up, and I decided to keep warming up by spending 15 minutes just planning. I had had an idea for a new novel that I wanted to write, and had just dumped everything I had thought about it into a document on my laptop, but I wanted it in my notebook. I like everything in notebooks when I'm writing, like the planning at least. I do prefer to write on my laptop, but for planning I like everything in notebooks. So I took 15 minutes and I decided to write down the main points of the novel in a notebook, along with starting to try get a good grasp on the main character. I followed this up with a 5-minute word sprint on the novel that I'd done the 2-minute word sprints on earlier. I was really close to the end of the chapter, and I managed at the end of the 5-minute word sprint to get to the end of it. I then spent 10 minutes planning the next chapter of the same novel in my notebook. I like swapping between mediums when I'm writing and planning because I get bored quite easily, my attention wanders very easily, so it helps for me to be able to change between mediums and also the book that I'm writing on to make sure that I'm fully concentrating, even on a short session like this. After I had spent a good 10 minutes planning the next chapter, I then changed to my other novel and started planning out some of the other characters, just getting a base idea of the main characteristics of some of the other main characters in that novel. I spent about 10 minutes on this. Finally, I went back to working on my laptop and I started on the next chapter of the novel that I had been writing on earlier, that I had just planned out. And I spent 5-10 minutes writing normally and ended it with a 5-minute word sprint. And that was the end of my writing session. I was writing for roughly an hour. I think it might have been a little bit more. It felt very productive, following the structure of swapping between mediums and what I was actually concentrating on was very useful for me, as it allowed me to stay focused for short amounts of time and really meant that I was getting the most out of the time that I was spending on it. It may not work for everyone. Some people may prefer to just sit down and write for an hour, but I find this method very useful for me. I hope you found this way of writing and planning interesting. And even if this isn't useful for you particularly, hopefully you found it at least a little bit motivational when it comes to your own writing. Let me know what you think, and if you have any tips and tricks you use yourself to keep yourself motivated while you're writing, I'd love to hear in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!